I'm Kenneth Wajda. I'm a professional photographer here in Colorado. Welcome to another one of my weekly photo chats. Today I'm going to talk about another book by Ransom that I picked up used after borrowing it from the library because they had to have it. And it's Talking Pictures, Ransom Riggs. And he went through some different collectors' photographs, and he went and found photographs that people had written on. So this photograph here says, "Take me for a ride." I'm fascinated by what people write on their photographs. And this one, I swear, it looks like it's my desk. It's where I write my letters to you. And is that what it says? Where I do my homework and write letters to you. That looks like my father's handwriting. I have to show it to him someday and say, "Is that you?" Because I don't see a picture of my mom on that desk, but it looks exactly like her handwriting. And there's an example of you say, well, what should I photograph? I want to photograph something today. Photograph your desk and write something on the back. Because the fact that people write on this makes it so these photographs become valuable because they have a story, because they have a caption. I'm trying to find you some good ones. Here's one. "Wish I had a girl." Or, "I'm nobody's baby." That's a whole section on love letters, I think. Here's a funny one. "This is the bum Gloria is in love with." It's just fascinating because some people wrote a lot. And because you have writing on the photographs have different meaning, which makes me want to talk about, we should write on our photographs. Somebody says, "Why do you bother printing photographs?" And I said, that's because without a photograph, I have nothing to write on. I can't write on a digital file. I can't write on a Facebook photo. But a real photograph, I can write a caption on. I can put some information. A lot of people, when relatives pass away, when their elderly relatives are no longer here and they're going through their possessions, they often throw away pictures if they don't know who they are. But if you write on the back, they could know who they are. For all they know is they always heard of an Aunt Betty, but they have no idea what she looked like. And then a photograph says Aunt Betty, 1922. And it's like, wow, that's Aunt Betty. I never saw her before. I have an example of that. My partner, Mary Lee, she had a Super 8 film, and one of her mom's sisters, she is a mom with many sisters, and nobody had any pictures of the one sister. And in this Super 8 movie, there was footage of her. So we ended up able to make a still out of one photograph and send it around. And people were going nuts because they hadn't had any photographs of her. And if you have Aunt Betty's photograph with her name on the back, that's the photo they might keep because they're like, hey, look, finally we know what Aunt Betty looked like. But if it doesn't have anything on it, then they don't know what they're throwing away because there's no reason to keep it. They don't know who it is. So, really, really fun book, Talking Pictures, and they really do. It says images and messages rescued from the past, and it really is. It's a wonderful book. You can kind of go in any time and just, peruse and find lots of little stories. Some of the writing is on the photographs because they photograph signs, and a lot of it is writing on the bottom of the picture or on the back of the picture. A lot of it is funny. Somebody went through somebody's collection, a very, thorough collection, and said, I'm going to find all the pictures with writing on them and make a book out of it. And I found it fascinating, and I love it. And you might too. It's an inexpensive little way to do a little bit of time travel back to these people's worlds. And they're not just snapshots that you find in an antique store that you go, oh, that's an interesting photograph, or that's an interesting looking person, but I don't know who they are. Because these photographs have some story with them. And as photographers, we're kind of storytellers. We're making photographs, but we're really telling stories about the people we're photographing and the things we're seeing. So print some photographs. It's important. And write on the back or write on the front. And I'm going to check with my dad and see if that's him writing love letters to my mother. All right, SA's Photography Talk. If you're enjoying these, hit the subscribe button. If you can support, hit the Patreon. Thanks to all who do. I will be back next time. We'll talk more photography. As always, here's the good light.